The money down and the coke is up. I told my plug I'm this close to bust. He say you smoking dust. When niggas fire, you supposed to clutch. His mouth wide, he got opened up. That shit was gross as fuck. I took a look and seen the flesh in his brain. It's a long cold road that done led to this pain. I done trekked in the snow. I done slept in the rain. Every time I buy a chain, I see glimpses of a slave.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're here back with another episode of Revenue and Relationships. I have my wonderful co-host, Andre Hatchett here.
In the building.
Tell the people how you doing.
Wonderful.
Awesome, awesome. And obviously you have me, Annalisa, here.
Woo, woo, woo.
Back to have another conversation. This is the opportunity for us to sit down with entrepreneurs, talk a little bit about business. Sometimes we dabble in relationship conversations, but we have a wonderful guest today. We have Mr. Scotty Smith. How you doing today?
Good. What's going on?
Perfect. And he's telling us everything we need to know in regards to real estate. So let's tap right into it. We know you have a lot of different things going on from a real estate standpoint. You've had conversations with Andre before about real estate. So my first question is the development project that you currently have going on with the tiny cabins. Can you tell people how that came about, what that looks like?
We jumping right in, huh?
We jumping right into it.
No games.
Cool.
This is what we're here for.
I like
R&R, baby.
Yeah, there it is. So, Scotty Smith, everybody. So we have a 20 tiny cabin development happening in the city of Oakwood, Texas, which is about an hour and a half south of Dallas. And pretty much we're doing everything. We're building a 3.5 acre man-made lake. Mm-hmm. It's on a 15 acre plot of land just in the middle of nowhere, really situated in such a way that we can, allow for people to just retreat to a destination that just allows them to just chill, relax, and just be. We all are entrepreneurs in here, and we understand how the hustle and bustle of life goes, right? Mm-hmm. And so just having a moment to just stop and just think and just have a moment of clarity. So that's where the idea of the retreat came about, and is really a dope concept that we're gonna do on short-term rental. We're gonna have 20 of these things, so it's going to be some revenue there.
Okay.
We love to see it.
Shout out to the revenue.
But the cool thing about this project is, out of all of the years that I've been in real estate, this is really the first time that I've opened up any of my projects up to the public. And so we're doing a SEC regulation CF crowdfund to fund this thing. And we're allowing, everyday investors, anybody over the age of 18 to invest in this thing, to be a part of it, to have a participation in the revenue streams and the profits, and really just kind of, be a part of something dope.
I love it. As someone who's new to Dallas, this gets me excited to get out the house, as an entrepreneur, to be able to relax next to the lake and things like that. Yeah. So is there anything else like that in the area of Dallas?
So ironically enough, when I did my market research originally, so SEC makes you do market research and all this crazy stuff, there were a handful of similar projects, right? Similar small, kind of tiny cabin, off the grid type of situations, some lacking, and really the lake concept and having those water features, some just, in back roads that I've been to, and I'm just like, I'm not really going back. And so really this one is unique in, it's unique in the cabin type, because it's a modern kind of tiny cabin, real intimate. Mm-hmm. A lot of them are, much larger. We're talking about 4 or 5 bedrooms. You invite the whole family, that type of stuff. And then really having this cool lake concept that everybody has access to. Mm-hmm. When you're there, like literally they sit off of the banks of the lake. So it's really unique in that regard.
I love it.
Pressure right there. Yeah. Why are you the man? Why should people trust you with their $1,000+, which is the minimum needed to invest, which you should invest, which I will be investing.
Right on.
Why should we trust you? I know why, because you're dope as hell, you're honest, you're ethical,
yeah.
You know what you're doing, but you could tell the people.
Yeah. All of that. Plus, I know what the hell I'm doing,
Okay.
That's really, Andre gets on me a lot of times about not promoting and telling and showing people what I do on a day-to-day basis, mm-hmm. right?
He's a quiet rich person.
Right. It is, it's because I like to get the work done. The impact that I have on people's lives is much greater than, just showing it on social media. Mm-hmm. But I realize that if I'm not telling the story, nobody outside this general vicinity is really knowing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I've been doing this for a long time. I've been in real estate since I was 19. I've been executing this thing at a really high level for a really long time. And I tell people this all the time. I do two things very well. That's fatherhood and real estate. That's it. That's what I've been doing in my adult life. That's it.
Those are two great things
Those are
to
two
do
great
well.
things, right?
Do some things well. That's not the bad thing to do.
Right. And so, so over the past 7 years, I've been hyper focused on ground up development and really redeveloping South Dallas, creating opportunities for new families. I've put almost $3 million in equity in families' pockets just by allowing folks to purchase my homes at lower than market value.
Wow.
And I continue to do that. So I've been doing this and executing this type of project and this type of stuff on a really high level for a really long time. And so when you look at projects like this and you look at investment opportunities like this, two things you want to look at. You want to look at the sponsor, the person who's the developer on the project, and you want to look at the numbers, right? And so if the sponsor knows what they're doing, they're ethical, they have the experience, all that stuff, that's one check. But then the numbers make sense, that's another.
Yeah.
That's really the biggest check, right? Because that check gets you a bigger check.
Let's talk about the check. So let's say, is there a guarantee on our money?
So we don't call it a guarantee, right? In any investment deal, if there's anybody that says a guarantee anything, they're lying and they're overselling their project, right?
Yes.
So there is a preferred return, right? And so when you have these types of funds, be it a crowd fund, be it a hedge fund, there's always some type of preferred rate, which is called a hurdle rate, right? That's the minimum amount that if nothing else happens in this whole deal, investors will get. That minimum amount that we have plugged into our deal is an 8% preferred return.
Okay.
And so that is accrued. If it's not paid out in year one, it's accrued and paid out in year two with the rest of everything else. If it's not paid out in year two, then it's paid out in year three for the first and second years. So it's an accrued situation, right? Then we have it built in where our investor fund gets 60% of the net cash flows.
Okay.
And so that's pretty dynamic.
Yeah.
And so that our investors stay in the deal for 5 years, getting 60% of the net cash flows plus their 8% preferred return. At the 5th year, we do a cash out refinance, pay off our investors, give them 60% of the net proceeds, and then our investors are paid back with some type of equity kicker. And then hopefully y'all say, man, damn. That dude know what he's doing. Let's do it again. When's
That
the
boy
next
did
one?
good.
That boy did good.
That boy did good now.
I love it.
So that's, we're raising $1 million on this thing. And it's not really because the deal isn't bankable. I got a term sheet today from a lender and they're ready to close in 3 weeks from now.
Damn. By how much?
For the full amount, right? Because they saw the value, they saw the cash flow, they saw everything. They said, yeah, we'll do this deal all day long, right? But I wanted to make certain, and I said this year I was going to be very intentional about including my people in these types of deals.
That's noble.
So that's where I'm at with it, right? I want to create wealth for my family, help people create wealth for their family, and we just continue to do this thing on a really high level and execute at a very high level. So our people are used to these types of things.
Yeah.
Right? And so it's really, for me, this is a way to get people used to passively investing in big deals that get them 2, 3, 4x their money because it exists out there. I've seen the checks. I've been a part of those deals. Shit, man, it's just we gotta get more. We gotta get comfortable doing these things, and we gotta get comfortable trusting these really dope developers that are out there working to create these opportunities for investors. So
I love that. So obviously this is something that you're passionate about and you'll get something out of it, but you're also talking about helping other people build wealth. How much work did it take to actually get to the process to actually raise the money, everything that goes into it? I know you talked a little bit about market research, but what other things that you have to knock off your list before you can actually do something like this?
So there's something called a Form C that the SEC requires. And once you put that thing together, it's about 80 pages. And if you go to the website, lakenoir.com, you'll see all that. But the Form C is about an 80-page document. It literally spells out every single thing about this project. And then on top of that, we had to do a full audit on the company. On top of that, we had to do a full background on the company and the sponsor, which is me, making certain there's no, fraud, bankruptcy, BS, any of that nonsense that exists out there. So all that is, those are just the, from a regulation standpoint, what you have to do. But in putting together a deal, you just got to know your numbers. You got to make certain that you go out there and find something that makes sense, right? A lot of times people will get into real estate and they say, hey, I'm looking for investors. But one, it may not be any room in the deal for investors.
That's deep.
Or two, it just doesn't make sense, right? And so we have to make certain that we decide on if it needs an investor or do you need somebody to come in and act as your lender. So two different types of, two different buckets, right? So as a lender, I come in, I got a guaranteed return because you're going to pay me my mortgage payment every single month or I'm going to foreclose on a property, right? So that's my guarantee. As an investor, you're coming in, you're taking the risk with the sponsor. And so that risk, has to have a corresponding reward that makes sense for that investor. So, absolutely.
And you already own the land.
Yeah, I own the land. Honestly, man, I bought this land because I thought I was going to die, man. I thought I was about to die. I had COVID.
How bad did you have it?
I had COVID, man. Bad enough to where, one of the nights I wasn't going to sleep.
Wow.
I felt like I couldn't breathe. It was rough. I went and sat on my patio and was like, yep, not like this.
Were you taking your black seed oil?
I was. It was after the fact.
I know. I ran out of black seed oil, and then I got COVID, and I was like, let me order some more black seed oil because this is terrible. I feel terrible.
Yeah, no, I bought a lot of real estate during that time. Signed a lot of stuff. I'm like, yo, if I'm going to go, these kids about to have some stuff going. They about to have some assets. They about to.
Well, I'm glad you're still with us.
We're glad you're here. You decided to do something with it. That's amazing. Real.
And everyone, make sure. This is not medical advice, but it kind of is a little bit. Black seed oil, immunity booster, ginger, vitamin D, vitamin C powder, elderberry. Here's the key, right? So I think everyone's going to get it, and you can't avoid getting it. Yeah. Build up your immune system
so you can fight it.
So you can fight it better, and when it hits you, it doesn't stay as long.
Yeah.
I feel very strongly that I had some family members, this, who got it all back to back to back. If I wasn't proactive in ordering the materials for them, I don't know if they all would have made it. So I take it very seriously. Order this stuff and get it on deck every day. Maybe not every day, but every third day. Take it before you need it. Don't just because your aunt got over it quickly doesn't mean that you will. So build up your immune system. All right.
Yeah,
yes.
That's what I got.
Health as well.
No, that's true. So
you gotta take care of your body and take care of your money.
Yeah,
facts.
Okay.
Big facts. Yeah. What's one of them little things? Press one of them buttons for that. Yeah.
Health as well. Okay. Yeah. I love it. So a little bit more about the project. So I'm very confident that you're gonna definitely reach your goal. I seen it down my timeline. I think Andre shared it, and I was like, it's very glam. But are you still doing tours? Because I know you had a couple of tours coming up. Talk a little bit about what that schedule looks like.
Yeah, so the tours are cool. We had the first one last week. And so with a project like this that's outside the city that it's really in a rural, location. I want to give potential investors and investors an opportunity to see the project before it actually came out of the dirt, right?
That's really cool.
It really is really a cool little situation. And so you can see the excitement. Last week we had I think we had 12 people come on the tour. This week we got 20. The bus is real small. It's only 25 people. But
you going tomorrow?
We're going tomorrow.
Okay.
But we're letting people come out there. You got to put your boots on. Make certain, and it's a rural destination. We do have wildlife on the property. We got deer and boar, and so
What's a boar?
I wanted to know the same thing.
What's a
Can we
board?
insert a board picture here somewhere?
Board
For the people that want to know.
It's a wild pig. You know.
Okay.
Puma. Yeah.
From
Puma is a
Hawaii?
board.
Oh,
Yeah.
like my sneakers?
Right. If you,
Is it fast?
oh, it's very fast.
You
see it.
Okay.
Right.
It's
We
very
can
fast.
edit that out the clip.
Right. Yeah. It is. They're massive pigs, but you know, we're clearing them out. We got folks out there catching them. You know, when we're out there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some people eat them.
Okay.
You know what? Mm-mm.
I don't think we will, but okay.
Stick to the black seed oil.
What?
Stick to the black seed oil. But yeah, so we're letting investors come out, and we're just kind of walking the land, showing people where the lake's going to be, showing them where the cabin's going to be, just exposing
Very noble.
them to, yes,
Very noble.
and you know, at the point where we have 10 of the cabins, 10 or so up, we're going to tell the investors come on back out so they can see, you
Finished
know,
product.
the
Love it.
progress.
Love it,
So it's really dope. The next one is, you know, February 26th. Then we have 2 in March, and then 3 in April. With the last one being on the close date of the fund.
Is there an estimated date that the first one will be done?
I project the first one would be done around August.
Okay.
Yeah.
Coming up.
It's going to be a pretty quick build. The cabins, you know, one cabin is about 144 square feet, but they stand about 18 feet high.
Oh, wow.
And then the second one is about 296 square feet. So that's the A-frame, shaped like a little triangle. It's real cool. So open, dope windows. We're gonna have kind of that you know, that little two-way stuff. So, you know, folks across the lake not looking into, you know, so.
This is going to be dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited. So it's 2 different types of tiny cabins.
Mm-hmm.
I know you mentioned the family kind, right? And then the smaller one that you just mentioned. So is that for like your couples?
Yeah,
You know,
that's
romantic vibe.
that's exactly the vibe we're going with that one. You know, just you and your honey, you and your dude.
Black seed oil and
you
roses.
know. Right. Black seed oil and roses.
We need a black seed oil sponsorship, okay?
Right. Or the magaroots.
Okay.
Rastafari.
Right. But yeah, that one is more intimate. That's what it's designed for. You know, people to, you know, if you want to go by yourself or with somebody, significant other, just really in an intimate space for you to just love on each other.
Okay, I'm already visualizing, you know, my tiny cabin experience.
Yeah,
so do we got
yeah.
a kitchen in there?
Yeah.
We have bathroom,
You
shower.
you got your full experience, right? You got your kitchen, you got your kitchenette, you got your bathroom, you got your lofted bed, little living room. So think, you know, 144 square feet, when you think about it, it's like a small hotel room.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's going to be fly.
it's just disconnected from everybody else.
This is going to be
You
fly.
go with people you like.
Definitely go
Yeah.
with people
Go
you
with
like.
people you like, guys.
Definitely go with people you like. And we have some of them kind of situated where they're in clusters, right? And so if you got a little, you know, couple situation like you and your friends, you know, y'all go your little couples trip, it's perfect for that.
Love it.
You know, tell them, hey, look, we want the little cluster over here.
Okay.
So that's what it's cool.
Sorry.
Sorry, I'm very curious about like the lake as well. So the lake, is it just there to look pretty? Can people get in the lake? Can people fish? Do people fish at lakes? I don't know.
Yeah. So I wouldn't recommend getting in the lake, but people, you know, there's no lifeguard on duty, so
Okay.
swim at your own risk. But the lake, we're stocking the lake with fish, right?
Okay.
So people can, you know, fish, and you know, if you want to, you and your lady could scale the fish and gut them, and put them on the. Got that. Also, she said no. Also,
She's a vegetarian. A vegan?
guests will be able to
Veganish.
rent non-motorized, you know, water activity, kayak,
Nice.
paddle
What?
boat, you know,
Okay.
little, you know, that type of stuff.
Can we get it?
I'm getting excited.
Right. So
Okay.
it's really dope in that regard because, one, for investors, that creates a revenue stream for our investors.
Absolutely.
Nobody can bring your boat on, you know, if you're in that lake, you're on one of our boats.
Okay.
Right. And then, you know, being able to stock the pond, stock the lake up, you know, that's cool. If I say, yeah, we're good, we're gonna eat some of this food that we catch, you know, from whence the
cool.
land gives, right?
This is dope as hell.
I
So
love it.
yeah, that's what you can experience out there. So that whole just kind of painting that whole picture. It's, you know, you, close friend, family member, go out to the lake, you know, book your cabin. Hey guys, first day, We're gonna try to fish. You know, we're gonna scale them. Do what we need to do. Grocery store is not far. It's about 10 minutes away.
Okay.
We got fire station and ambulatory, you know, just 7 minutes away. So, you know, you're not going to be too far away from civilization, but just enough to where you ain't got to worry about nobody in your stuff.
I love it.
How
How are we gonna make money?
are we going to make money? Through the rental of the cabin. So short-term rental.
Will it be on Airbnb and those sites? Or
Yeah,
will
so
it-
we hired a third-party management company that's going to manage all of the, you know, the bookings, right? And so, of course, we could do it ourselves, but I want to make certain that it runs off without
have
a
the
hitch.
experts do the experts. Have the
Have the
experts do the
experts do
experts.
the expert stuff, and so
Yeah.
that's what we're doing.
Kick it up in there.
Yeah.
That's important. That's important. Have the experts do the expert stuff. One, it's just stressful.
Yeah.
It's and you can't do it long term. Everything. Have experts do expert stuff, even if it costs you money. All right, keep going.
Right? Yeah.
Yep.
No, man, we talk about that a lot.
We always talk about.
I always
that.
talk about
Yeah.
that. But, you know, that third-party management company is going to be responsible for all of the marketing of the cabins, the booking, the cleaning, all that type of stuff. We're going to have staff, though, that's hired through our company that's there to rent out the firewood,
Oh damn!
to rent out the...
How much income streams are from this
It's three.
project?
We got three.
I love
You know,
it.
We have the cabins, we got the firewood, and then the...
Lake.
Well, the water activity at the lake.
Yeah.
So they'll be responsible. But the cool part about that, the average income, so Oakwood has, 600 people. Well, 599 because the guy who was living there passed away. We bought it from his family. But about 600 people. Very small town. Average income is like $25,000, $35,000. What we're going to do, we're going to make an impact in that community too, right? It's about 45% black, right? So we're going to hire 3 people, and they're probably going to be making, 1.5 to 2x times what the average income is of that entire little community.
Wow.
So, we're making an impact a few ways, right? We're impacting our investors. We're allowing people this mental health break away from,
Needed.
Yeah.
the busyness of life.
That's a big deal.
And we're going to be making an impact on that community, right? Our investor tour, we stopped at this black-owned barbecue spot on our way back. And they were like,
Who are y'all?
where are y'all coming from? Are y'all? They asked us if we were a choir. We're like, no, we got a project down the road.
Wow. Imagine us going there every week.
Every week.
Right?
What that would do for the family
Oh man.
That's amazing.
and the employees.
And the dude who's the pit master had been there some 40, 45 years. So,
Beautiful.
we're trying to, we're going to
Thank you.
change a lot of people's lives in a positive way and make a positive impact. So I'm really excited about this simply because, yes, we're going to make money, but it's going to be exciting, it's going to be fun, it's going to be impactful. So that's the cool part about this whole thing.
Also, you have a real estate brokerage, which you've had for, a decade now?
Yeah, man, just over a decade, 11
Shout out to
years.
that.
We'll be 11 in May. Yeah.
Shout out to that.
Yeah.
How's the business?
Business is cool, man. So this year, at the end of last year, I kind of sat down and made some changes specifically to recalibrate our focus, right? I know in the 9 to 5 world, people say when you're 9 to 5, or when you're 5 to 9 makes more than your 9 to 5, it may be time to
Switch it up.
switch it up. And so for us, our 5 to 9, our development business, start double, tripling, quadrupling what our brokerage business has done.
Interesting.
And that was that was kind of intentional, right? Because in my mind is how do we create this vertically integrated holding company that has the development company, the construction company, the realty capital, and the brokerage that all works together. And so that's what I wanted to do. I want to have a development company that created the inventory that my agents could ultimately list, the construction company that built the stuff, the development company, and then the realty capital that ultimately went out to find the debt, find the equity, and make it all just run as a machine. And so with the focus now being specifically on development, it's changed, right? And so I've kind of I got rid of some agents, right? And so we're at a Power 5 right now. And that's it.
Less is more sometimes.
Less is more.
man.
And that's proven to be really beneficial right now.
Whew, good for you. So you see land, you buy the land, you build a house.
Yeah.
Do you buy it to sell them or do you buy them to rent them out?
So our strategy has been for the most part to buy, build, then sell.
Okay.
We're shifting our focus this year to, find the land, develop the land, and hold on to as much as we can.
Is it single families you've been doing? Condos, townhouses?
Say it one more time.
Is it single families you've been doing?
Yeah, so we've
townhouses?
been doing some single family stuff. I have the duplex project that we're finally
I need one of those.
Yeah, that we're finally about to get going.
You want one too?
Yeah, I need to know.
She's all about the
I
duplex.
need to know what's going on.
The duplex are cool, but even beyond that, I was talking to Jalen about this today. I'm going into a different market, right? When you realize that the market that you're in is really, really, really expensive, you might have to shift your focus.
Okay.
And so, I can still make money here in Dallas, but I can make more if I find a different market, which I have.
Where you gonna go?
I ain't telling. I ain't telling. But let's.
Can you text it to me later?
I'll text it to you.
All right,
yeah,
cool.
I'll text
Not for
it
the
to
podcast.
you. Yeah, I ain't telling.
Smart.
But that one I just picked up. About an acre worth of land.
Nice.
I'm doing 24 units on that. And that's gonna cash flow. It's gonna be recession proof because we're gonna go mostly Section 8.
Love it.
When I closed on that, I got sent 6 more in that same market, 3 lots.
Damn.
Three of those are duplex lots. So about to close on those. And I'll just say all
You
of
buy
that,
the land yourself or you buy it with okay.
Yeah, I bought the land myself. I'm gonna start. This is our conversation. This is one of those times where come on in.
All right.
Come on in. And it's because it reminds me so much of where South Dallas was 7 years ago. And I said,
next thing.
And I said, if I see this again, I'm gonna run this play totally different. I ran the play well.
Yeah.
But
you could have got more.
I'm finna run the scoreboard up on this one for real.
That's actually very important, right? If you could only buy the land, and you can't build on it, or if you can only buy the house and not fix it up, buy what you can buy because you can get money for the other stuff later. Some people try to master everything, Anna, and they want to do I got to buy the land or build the house. I got to buy the fixer upper and fix it right away. No, you don't.
You don't have to.
You don't have to.
It's ideal, but you can't do anything without the asset.
Can't do anything without that.
Nothing.
Absolutely.
Good stuff, Scott.
Yeah.
Good
So
stuff.
that's what I'm on right now, man. And it's proven to be easier to work with these people. And when I mean these people, I mean like the city officials.
Yeah.
It's easier than it is in Dallas.
Okay.
I can get stuff set up, and they want new development to come to the city. And so now I'm just like, okay, let me get about 40 or 50 of these joints under my belt, and then I'll tell y'all.
Okay. Keep it quiet.
But it's it's a great market, man, and
You've done great with getting multiple streams of income in one sector.
yeah, that's the key, right? And so people always come to me, man, you need to diversify.
Why?
And I say I am diversified.
It was
a brokerage. I got a construction company. I got a development company. If I can ever get this dang on real estate school going, that Andre been trying to get me going for about 7 years now.
2015.
Right. I get that up, but it's why,
Yeah, I mean, it's similar to what we've said before. You can have multiple streams of income from one thing.
I mean, how many do you have from your
Virtual assistant? Probably about 4.
4 virtual assistant? Probably more. So you have.
I have I have membership group. I have coaching. I have the one digital product. I have my agency.
Yeah.
And then I'm also coming out with a group coaching program as well. So is that 5?
That's 5.
That's fine.
Okay, so
That's 5. Yeah.
that's 5.
Oof, pressure.
Come on, revenue.
I kind of feel like I'm missing something, but it's at least 5.
It's at least
So yeah,
5.
from one
Yeah.
thing. So
Same here. Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the key, man. So I've really been hyper focused on real estate, and people think that I've been obsessive over it. And it's like, yeah, I have been, because I understand that this, in any market, high, low, recession, all that, there's money to be made, there's things to be purchased, and there's ways to get rich in all of it. So
I think you said something important, though, that you were obsessive about your goals. And I think that's what people have to do. Yeah. Just like when we, offer them digital products, my first thing, if they don't get results, my first thing is, did you do this? Did you do this?
Bingo.
And if the first three answers are no, then you're not doing the work. Some people just are comfortable just not doing the work and think they're going to get immediate results. Like, you need to be obsessive about the results that you want.
Bingo.
So, I mean, you seem to know what you're doing with real estate.
Yeah, and I bet the answer is always no on those three, right?
Yeah. Oh, it's always no. That's why you have results. Like, right. If I have somebody over here that they took the program and they making 6 figures and you haven't even you don't have one client, it's not the program.
Nah,
it's the person.
That's the approach that I take with agents, right? And so I realized that my bandwidth for dealing with agents who aren't doing what's required. My patience was mad low. And so at my highest point, I was at like 35, maybe 40 agents almost. Wow. And, small group of agents, right? Any type of environment and it's like a 80-20 rule, right? Yeah. Same in real estate. Listen, these people are doing exactly what I said. And they are seeing success. And you coming to me telling me you want to lead a brokerage because you can't good luck. Thank you.
Accountability is big. Yeah. Accountability is big. So, Scott, this is a big deal. What's the website?
So you can go to lakenoir.com and click the little section that says start the investment process. It'll take you to smallchange.co, and that's where it'll show you everything about this project. This
is fun.
Some cool videos, some cool marketing. Y'all look at that stuff. I put a little bit of time into that. I was back there trying to put piecemeal stuff together. But it was very rewarding getting that approval from the SEC. And so
that's tough to get.
Yeah, it really is.
And expensive.
Yeah, it's that part. That part. It is very expensive. But I think it'll be worth it in the end.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
It'll be worth it.
I'm excited to be part of this. Let's pay the bills, Annalisa.
Yeah, I'm super excited to be a part of it.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna share it on my story. And
Hype
everything.
It up for me, baby.
Definitely. I'm definitely gonna have to come on one of those tours too.
Come on.
When I have availability, since I'm down in Dallas. So yeah, I'm super excited for it. So give them the website one more time.
So lakenoir.com. That's LAKENOIRE.com.
Okay.
So it's good for your families. You want to take your boo there. They'll have everything you need. We have the grocery store. But it's also an opportunity for people to invest, right? What's in the lowest amount for them to invest?
$1,000.
No brainer.
Yeah. It's a no brainer.
I'll say it, not me.
But we definitely appreciate you joining us.
Thank you for having me. Absolutely.
Revenue and relationships.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
I like that.
Who gave us the name for the podcast?
We need to give them a cookie because a lot of people.
That was a good name. We had a few good ones.
We had a few good names, but I think people were getting caught up with the Annalisa and the Andre, and they wanted to.
They were going AA.
They wanted to call us double A, and I was just like, we're gonna have to get back into our creative bag.
Yeah. Tell the people why they should enroll in your virtual assistant program.
For sure. So I'm Annalisa. I'm a virtual assistant coach. I teach people how to make 4 to 5 figures a month as a virtual assistant. I've taught thousands of people at this point how to start their own virtual assistant business. You can follow me at Just Annalisa on Instagram and Twitter. You can also take a look at my website at www.justannalisa.com to just learn more about me and everything I have. And definitely enroll in the program because my students keep telling me to increase the price. So
on one of her courses, she has 106 out of 165 reviews or so. She has like 163 5-star reviews. Something close to that.
It works.
That's pressure.
Like when people say they don't have a client, it's
pressure.
not me.
No.
Never.
It's never.
And she helps people get clients.
That's dope.
So yeah. If you're looking to make some money, you work from home, holla at her program. And also check out my mobile notary school. If you need to make, so here goes my thing, right, guys?
Okay.
If you need to make more money, get into a needed business.
Yep.
If you need to make more money, Get into a need-based business. We've taught over 20,000 people how to do so. We have a 4-day boot camp. Go to mobilenotaryschool.com. Mobilenotaryschool.com. That's our introduction course. We'll get you started. If you want to go all in, join the 2 through 12K Club.com. 2 through 12K Club. That gets you bi-weekly coaching, access to all our live online classes, tons more, fingerprinting, apostille, learn how to be the middleman, be self-employed. You cannot go wrong with this business. You do the work, you get paid. We are out. This podcast is going to be heat. See you guys soon. Peace.
Bye.
Listen, the money down and the coke is up. I told my plug I'm this close to bust. He say you smoking dust. When niggas fire, you supposed to clutch. His mouth wide, he got opened up. That shit was gross as fuck. I took a look and seen the flesh in his brain. It's a long, cold road that done led to this pain. I done trekked in the snow. I done slept in the rain. Every time I buy a chain, I see glimpses of a slave.